on screen. Shout out to the crew for being ready for it. Anyway, we do have at least one person that wants to talk to us, and we do have open lines. So if anybody else wants to call in, they certainly can. But Kelly, you want to get started?
Sure. We'll pull them on up here.
All right, let's do it. We got Daniel, who's calling in from Canada. Daniel, who called in last week about the alien pictures that were sent in to us and that we talked about. All right, Daniel, you're back on Truth Wanted. What's going on?
Yeah. Last week I used the screen name Jupiter 2.
Yes, you were Jupiter 2. And I might have said Daniel as well. You know, I always try to say the name of the folks that call in.
Dan, I need you to give us a random fact.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. All right. We're already there. Thank you to John Paul C., who gave $5 and said, I'm a theist. I didn't read the next part there. It went away too fast. Maybe crew can put it back on the screen. But let's see. Random fact. Oh, God. Where's my sheet? I had sheets. The Caesar salad was invented in 1924. Thank you. I'm a theist, but I'd love a random fact. Thank you, John Paul C., for that. That's your fact. Caesar salad, 1924. So anyway, what were we talking about? Oh, gosh, that's really distracting. Okay. Yeah. So you called in about the aliens, Daniel, or the pictures. Oh, my God, another one. Okay.
Yep,
$10 from Miranda Rensberger. Enlighten us with random facts. Okay. So winds on Neptune can blow faster than 1,200 miles an hour. Huh? That's kind of interesting and relevant because we're talking about space and planets and stuff. So there you go. Okay, back to the show. Daniel, you called in last week. You're calling back again. What can we do for you?
Well, I just wanted to respond to the. I think I may have left the wrong impression about the pictures that I sent in. Because there were two pictures, and the first picture of what I feel was a little.
Before you keep going, Daniel, you are really quiet right now. If you're on speaker or something, you should probably not be on speaker, but it's a little hard to hear you.
No,
it is a little low.
I got my earbuds in. Can you hear me better now? I got my earbuds in. I thought I was told to do that.
Yeah, earbuds are okay as long as they're on. I mean, I can hear you. It's just a little low. We could try to work it on our end, but go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I thought it would be better.
No, it's okay.
No, I just want to respond to say that the first picture of the what I consider a little Martian being, I stand by everything I said, and we don't have to argue it again. I do think that is a genuine, like a photographic evidence, courtesy of NASA. But in your title of the show, you said I had photo evidence. This photo evidence is available to everybody. It's nothing that I have.
Well, that's more of a figure of speech. I wasn't saying that you literally had to take the photo. That's fine. I mean, if you're bringing it to the show, I know what you mean. Like, you didn't take that picture yourself, you know?
But the second picture, oh shit. The second picture of the alien, sorry. The second picture of the alien, my earbuds are falling out.
Oh man.
Sorry about that.
Go ahead.
The one with the hand holding the photo.
Yes, for those who didn't see. Let me also. I should back up a second for folks who missed last week's episode. We got sent two pictures. One of them was, in my opinion, a rock on Mars.
As a geologist, that was my opinion too.
Yes, and the other one was a picture of a guy in a suit holding up like a Roswell-looking type alien picture, and both of these were screenshots from YouTube videos. It was a screenshot of a video of a guy holding a picture, real in media res, sort of evidence there. Anyway, continue.
No, I was going to say, I know that the second picture is it's the classic story of like your old uncle who worked in the military and who claims to be around Hangar 18, and he has a photograph of the alien on ice, and he just shows it to the person, and the person says, "Okay, let me take a picture of it on my phone." Or whatever. That's what it is. That's what it is. Maybe it's fake. I'm sure it's probably fake. I mean, my first guess is that it's probably a reenactment. Like
But Daniel, if you're sure it's probably fake, why did you send it to us? Like, why would you not give us something that you think is real?
because I think there's a possibility that it's real too, because it's a unique picture. I've never seen it before. And it's only come out recently, I believe, in the UFO.
Daniel, wait, hold on. You thought
Yeah.
that was a unique picture because that looked like something you could get from a Halloween store. Like, Kelly, you agree, right? Like, that did not look
It
particularly
didn't
unique.
look too different than this guy peeking out over here.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know why you see that as unique.
Okay, well, no, the picture. Well, someone holding a photo like that, I've never seen that done before. Okay, I don't. We can agree to disagree. You know, it was a mistake. Okay, I should have said.
Okay. Sure.
I just thought it's an interesting picture. I would like, because a while back you were talking about like a guy, a skeptic guy who's like a special effects expert or something like that.
Yeah.
And he responds. He looks at alien videos and that. And I'd love to have his response to something like that too. So
I was probably talking about a guy named Captain Disillusion, who I personally enjoy on YouTube. You know, I think in my personal opinion, he has some content out there that is good for this kind of thing because he's a video effects artist by trade, and he does responses to videos that go viral for like alien stuff or other things. But yeah, I maybe he has a response to that already. I don't know. You'd have to look at that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's about it. You know, I didn't mean to make like I'm not going to die on the hill for that picture. I didn't mean to say. I never said that I thought it was real. That it might be. I still think I don't think it's as bad as you guys say it is. I'd like to get his reaction to it, but we can agree to disagree on that. Like I said, you know, I've been calling in for a while now, and I try my best to make it a little different. I think we're kind of bogging down in the same discussions and that, and you know, I'd like to maybe try to be different this year.
And you know what, Daniel? That's why I appreciate you. Seriously, that's why I like calling and having. I like it that we get to put pictures on the screen and talk about that because we don't always do that every week. That's fun. I quite enjoyed that, but I was shocked. I really was shocked because I've had several conversations with you, and I was like, "This is what we're doing." Like I would expect just a little bit more than screenshots from YouTube videos, man. Like it felt really like thrown together. I don't know. I'm not saying you have to have a full essay for me, man. It's just like I can't do anything with random video screenshots. You know, I have to have a little bit more substance than that, especially if you can't tell me where they were from. That was another thing I was surprised at. You know, it's hard to have a discussion about anonymous pictures on the internet because they really just can come from anywhere, you know?
Well, the first
You can even make the pictures. You could even
you could
AI
have made them
generate
yourself
them.
for all I know. Yeah, I mean, you know.
Hold it. The first picture of what I consider a little being on Mars, and I still
Right, the rock formation.
For the fact that no, it's not. I still say you're falling for the orange and pink that NASA puts over everything on Mars.
Daniel, this is one we are going to have to agree to disagree, you know, and I know you are adamantly opposed to the idea that it's a rock formation, but that is all I see there. I do see what you are describing as a face. I can understand like where you might think that is an alien, but I don't see it. I'm sorry, I just don't see it. It looks more like a large block of sedimentary rock.
Did you try putting the magnifying glass in front of the screen and just magnifying it?
He did. Did you not watch? Did you not see the giant magnifying glass he had?
I had? And not only that, Daniel, you don't have to use a magnifying glass. You can enlarge the photo.
Right.
You can actually use your computer to enlarge the photo. You don't need a magnifying glass.
I know that, Kelly. I know that. But it only gets to a certain point, and then it starts to blur.
Yeah, and the same thing, and the same thing happens with a magnifying glass. It gets to a certain point where all you're seeing are the pixels, and only that you're not seeing them as large as you're seeing them in the enlargement, so they're not as distorted as much, because you can enlarge them more than the magnifying glass does. So you're going past that point, and then you're getting your distortions. But you can get a clear picture at the same magnification as the magnifying glass.
Oh, Kelly, I got to interrupt you because we have another. And here's the thing: Miranda gave $10. I feel like that means we have to give 2 facts.
I got
NASA
one
is
ready.
cleverly hiding the aliens on Mars. Man, it goes by too fast. I can't read them by the time I finished there. NASA's cleverly hiding the aliens on Mars by posting photos of them on their website. So I think because she gave 10 last time too, Kelly, you should give 3 facts.
I should
because we
give
gotta make
3.
up for
Okay,
the one.
here's
Yeah.
one. The Philippines actually consist of 7,641 islands.
Oh, okay. That is a fun fact.
That's
Wow,
a pretty good
lot.
one.
Yeah.
Now, number 2, if you were to take a one-way trip on the Trans-Siberian Railway, it would involve crossing 8 time zones.
Ooh, that is a fun fact.
That's
I
a
like
good
it.
one
You're 2 for
too,
2.
huh?
What do you got for 3?
There is enough gold still inside the Earth, we estimate, to coat the entire planet Earth.
Wow. Okay. Well, those were 3 very fun facts. Thank you. I think
welcome.
Daniel was about to say something.
Sorry, Daniel.
Okay. No, I just wanted to say one last thing on the magnifying glass. Kelly, I understand. You get the picture as large as you can on the TV screen, and then you put the magnifying glass, and you just magnify just a little bit. You just get as close enough before it distorts, and it does magnify just a little bit. It's nothing. It's not like a electron microscope or anything. It's just a little more magnified. That's all.
Daniel, I don't know if you're getting this, right? The photo is made of pixels. It's made of little dots, right? And no matter what you use to magnify it, when you get to a certain magnification, all you're going to see is those pixels.
Yeah.
You're going to lose all the rest of it. It doesn't matter the instrument of the magnification.
If
What
anything,
matters is the amount of magnification.
depending on the file format, digitally enlarging it will actually tell you more in some cases.
That is correct.
It depends on the file format, but like, yeah, it can absolutely tell you more than just what you would with the magnifying glass.
Okay, but you can only do that so much. Come on. It can only get so big before.
Daniel, you're not listening. This is something you can go look up. This is modern technology. These are things that have happened in the last 20 years. You gotta understand that we have gone far past magnifying glasses now.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh my God, I realize that. It's just a little extra magnet. Okay, we'll drop it. We agree to disagree. Did you guys know? Did you guys?
No, we're not agreeing to disagree. We have gone far past the technology of magnifying glasses.
That's just a fact. Like
anything that you can do with a magnifying glass, I can do on my computer screen just as good.
I'll tell you this. I'm not going to have the revelation that aliens are real because of something I saw in a magnifying glass on a picture online. It's not going to happen that way, right?
I'm not expecting you to believe it just for that reason. It's just one of my points of evidence. It's a big universe, guys. Have you heard the theory that that our universe may be inside a black hole that have another even larger, like immensely huge universe?
Have you ever heard the idea that there's only one electron?
Yeah, that's true. That's a thing too.
The one electron theory. Yeah, have you ever heard that one?
Yeah. That's not a joke. That is a
it's not. It's really not. That's a real thing because an electron can travel through time. So that's one electron. It's in every single atom traveling through time.
Yeah. I mean, okay, like maybe we are in a black hole. Like, so what? I don't know. What am I supposed to do with that information?
It's a big old universe, and there could be lots. And I think there's lots of life out there, lots of intelligent life.
I think there could be too. I just don't think they're on Mars.
And
You
I don't
know?
think we've seen any evidence of it yet.
Yeah.
Well, I think
So-
there's tons of more evidence of what I talk about. Like that's only the tip of the iceberg of there's anomalies like there's a face on Mars to begin with, and then there's all sorts of what looks like remains.
Are you talking about Sidonia on Mars?
Yeah. I think we talked about that before.
That's been debunked several times. I don't know
Yeah.
why you would even bring that up.
Well, that's bullshit, Kelly.
Yeah, it is. It's bullshit. The
It
face
is,
on
yeah.
Mars is bullshit. You're
Yeah.
absolutely right.
He obviously he thinks the debunking is bullshit, but why would you think the debunking is bullshit?
Because the picture is heavily compressed. I think is the term compression. Because there's an ESA picture, a European Space Agency picture, not long afterwards, and the face is still there. But on the right side, you see a little a wear and tear, or a little damage or erosion. And I think NASA took advantage of that time to make that bullshit picture, and everyone fell for it. That picture
How
was
can
like
you change your mind on anything if you can just come up with a conspiracy for NASA to cover it up? Like how are we supposed to? How is NASA supposed to convince you of anything, of any of their findings, if they can just cover it up or change their mind or do these things?
And here's the thing too: if these guys, if they're smart enough to cover something up, wouldn't they be smart enough not to post that photo to begin with?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense to me, that they're dumb enough to post a photo, but smart enough to take it back down.
No, when it first came out in '76, around I think it was 1976, NASA right away came out and said, no, it's just pareidolia, it's just shadows and light. And they
Right.
said, we have another picture, we have another pass by, and there's no face.
Right.
And then everyone went home and said, okay, yes. How high to jump? Yes, we'll jump like just as you say. You know what? They never showed the fucking picture because there was no picture.
They have
Yes,
shown
they
the picture.
have.
I've seen it.
Yeah, I've seen it too. What do you mean?
Daniel, it's 3:00 in the morning. You're walking down the street. You're on the edge of town. You see something black and it runs across the road right in front of you. It moves really fast across the road. Now, it could have been a chupacabra. It could have been. Or it could have just been an empty black trash bag blowing across the road. Now, when you're telling the story tomorrow to your friend, are you going to tell him about the empty trash bag? Or are you going to tell him about, hey, that could have been a chupacabra? Because that's the interesting story there. So when you're taking a story about a hill and you're turning it into a chupacabra, do you understand that?
No,
Yeah,
no,
I mean-
no, I don't. I just said NASA lied about that picture. They said they had another pass by. And
What was the motive for lying?
Yeah. No, wait. No. They didn't lie though. They posted another picture. Like they had another one.
No, the two scientists came out and they wanted to see the picture. They wanted to see the second picture, and then they found it misfiled, and it was a face. It was another picture of the face. The face appeared a second time under a different time, under a different shadow, under a different sun, where the sun was. NASA totally lied about it, and no one ever said anything.
No, I have it right here on Wikipedia. It says a second image 070A13 also shows the face was acquired 35 Viking orbits later at a different sun angle. Okay, yeah. The latter discovery was made independently by Vincent Di Pietro. Blah blah blah.
Right.
Resolution is about 50. More than 20 years later, after the Viking 1 images were taken, succession of spacecraft visits.
Oh, no.
Blah blah blah. Yeah, it sounds like they've taken a couple different pictures of it. But look, even on the Wikipedia, you can see like what the rock actually looks like in higher resolution, and it doesn't look like a face. You know.
Hey, Daniel, can I point out something? You showed us that picture of the rock from last week, the rock formation you thought was an alien, and you wanted us to make it into a better photo. Magnify it, make it a better photo so you can see it, right? You actually got better photos of the face on Mars, and you don't want to believe those either.
Yeah.
You're doing the exact same thing that you're accusing me of.
What better photos? You want in 2001?
The better photo of the hill that is the pareidolia of the face on Mars, the Sidonia face. we have better, higher resolution photos. Because again, Daniel, technology advances, right? We're now past that shitty cameras. We got better cameras. We can get better photos. We can get in closer with more pixels, and we can get a better photo instead of one taken from hundreds of miles out in space.
I get it. That's a lie. Remember the.
That is not a lie, Daniel. We have better technology.
Yeah,
that is not a lie.
There's other people that have taken pictures of Mars too. Like NASA's not the only space agency.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my point. ESA took a picture of it a while later, and the face is still there.
No, that's not. That's what we're trying to tell you.
Yeah.
I don't know where you got the idea that the face is still there, but it's not.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, you're wrong, Kelly.
No, Daniel, if you can prove that I am wrong on that point, I would love to see it. I would love to see it.
Yeah, I don't know.
If you can show me a real photo from a real National Space Agency that says the face on Mars is real, I would love to see that.
Yeah.
I don't know if they say the space on Mars is real. I'm just saying you can still see it.
That's what I'm telling you that's because it's not real, Daniel.
Yeah,
it's not a real thing. That's why we don't have any more recent photos after we got better technology. Because once we were able to get better photos, we found out that the pareidolia was just pareidolia.
I disagree. That picture was photoshopped.
I know what you think. It's just that all the evidence points to the fact that you're wrong. I don't know what to say. I'm really sorry that the evidence isn't supporting your theory or your ideas here. But it's just not, Daniel. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, I disagree. I totally disagree.
I know you disagree, but you haven't shown us anything yet that proves it. You've just shown us a bunch of questionable photos.
Yeah.
I know. And it's also proven that NASA lied to the public. Like the paper clip.
Why is NASA lying to us? What's the motive for that?
Because it would open up a whole Pandora's box of other questions about what's going on with the UFO phenomenon.
Why would NASA care about that? What is the motive here? Why is NASA keeping aliens from us?
How about that?
We're getting off topic. I feel like I don't know. I feel like again, you've called into the show several times. I was disappointed by the quality of evidence. Even now, you're saying, yeah, these pictures are great, which I agree with you, right? So it's like, why not give me the good stuff? Why not give me the best stuff available? And you're saying you're not trying to change my mind. This is what the show is for. I want you to try to change my mind, right? Like, give me what you got here, and at least give me something to think about, or at least give me something to say, gee, I don't know. That's kind of strange. I don't know. But for the stuff you showed me, I was flabbergasted. It was just bad. There's nothing else to say about it. It wasn't good. So I don't know. It's like, would you accept if somebody said that demon possessions were real because they got one shaky cam footage of a guy acting weird or something? Like that's the kind of quality of stuff we're dealing with here. I just expected more. That's all. And I'd like to see more.
I was thinking of a YouTube video of a chair moving across the room. It's a ghost. It's proof of a ghost.
Yeah. I don't know.
I just don't. Yeah.
Anything, Daniel? Hello? Well, we might be having audio issues. I don't know. Daniel, I'm going to go ahead and let you go because it's kind of hard to hear you right now anyway. But, I don't know, man. What I really want to know is if NASA, again, I'm not saying that governments don't lie, agencies don't lie, cover things up. Absolutely happens.
Mm-hmm.
Things do come out and explain how and why people cover things up and do all these things, and including with space programs. I'm not going to say that it's never happened. It's just like, you can't just say, oh, this is how they did it. They covered it up and not show any evidence of a cover up. There's evidence of cover ups too. Like it's not just like, oh, it's just gonna. I don't know. I don't know here, Kelly. I'm losing it.
I don't. Yeah, one of my favorite things to ask conspiracy theorists is what's the motive, and because they usually can't come up with one. Yeah, this crazy thing is happening, but I don't know why. There's no reason for it. And I just don't understand why NASA would be keeping something like aliens from us when you know how much that technology could benefit us. Why I don't get it. They making some kind of financial deal? What's going on here? Are they feeding?
Yeah.
Are they feeding homeless people to them? Well, I don't get it.
One of the biggest issues I have with Daniel's worldview, and it's shared with other people who analyze the world in this way, is they look at the world possibilities. Oh my God, there's a super chat, yep. $6.99 from Bagel Bites. Since we went to the moon and send robots all over the place in space, we are the aliens. That is true. We are, in fact, the aliens. And also, did you know that Central Park in New York City is larger than the entire country of Monaco? So that's a fun fact. I think
it is a fun fact. And in Monaco, they don't pay any taxes. They make all their money off the state-owned casinos.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's a double.
I just figured I'd throw that in since we already brought up the country.
That they gave $6.99. You got a little extra. You got a little extra on that. So there you go. What was I